Hey guys, this lesson is, I guess, for kind of intermediate players. We all go through a point in our development when we're just learning how to play lead guitar, and everything we play just kind of sounds remedial. We can't get it to go to that next level where we feel like it's pro sounding, and that's what we're going to solve today. Welcome to Music with Marky. If you're at a point where you know a couple of scales, maybe a pentatonic and a major scale, and you're starting to improvise over some backing tracks or songs that you like, or you're playing with a band or your own music and trying to write leads, and you're listening back to this stuff and it's just not really where you want it to be, it still sounds kind of amateur, well, we all start there. We go through the same thing, and as a teacher, I see it all the time. It's a level of development. It's a place where everybody gets to. And there's basically like 4 common things that I see come up over and over again that we can correct and will take you to the next level. And that's what we're going to focus on here. So number 1, vibrato. Now you don't always need vibrato, but it'll take something like this. Turn it into this. Now that's a very subtle thing, but the vibrato when you're playing lead parts just has a sound that is a little bit more professional and polished sounding, and it also is an expression of your own style. Now, there's a couple ways you can do vibrato, and I could do a whole lesson on that, but let's just talk about the very basic and most common one, and that is just to like micro bend the string up and down. So if I take this note here, 7th fret G string, and I just play it and bend up a little bit, come back down and return to the original position, and just do that over and over. I might even go up and then down and pull it down a little bit too, but it's just that, and you work on that until you can get it to speed. You can pull down instead of pushing up. Whatever's comfortable. You see I kind of crunch my fingers up there because I need some strength. I do it with my first finger too, and you end up like pivoting your hand when you do it. Pulling it down. Do it whichever way is most comfortable for you, but get used to doing a vibrato at a number of speeds and get it to a point where it just feels natural every time you stop to play a vibrato. And again, not that you have to do it every time, but get it so that it's very easy for you to do, and you will start to play it into your leads and make them sound much more pro sounding and have more feel. The next thing is accurate bends. Nothing can make you sound more amateur and actually kind of annoying to listen to than missing on a bend. You want to do something like, and you end up missing and doing this. Just doesn't sound right in the context of a song. Now, I do have a whole lesson on this, which I'll link above here, but very quickly, it's just a matter of knowing whether you're doing a full note bend, which is 2 frets, or a half note bend. If I'm in the pentatonic scale, they're all full bends. So for here on the A on the G string, which is the 14th fret, I'm bending to the 16th fret. So I'm going from here to here. So you just have to get used to hearing that, finding that note. If this one where I really sounded bad when I did it in the example there, going from the 15th fret D to the 17th fret E, you have to get used to hearing that note. Know what that note is. Practice getting the full bend, the distance. And don't be hitting them short because, man, that sounds bad. So you have to practice finding the note that you're bending to and knowing what the distance is on each string to go a whole step or a half step. Half step here would be 1 fret. So if I'm playing, say, the 14th fret of the E string and bending to the 15th fret, which is from F sharp to G, it would be, you have to hear it. You want to make sure that you're hitting those notes practice that until you've got it down. Now, step 3, or thing number 3, is to combine 1 and 2. And this is where you really get into ripping those soaring, fiery leads out. And that is doing bends with vibrato. Starts to sound like you have a little bit of soul now. So to do the bends with vibrato, again, you've got to have an accurate bend, so I'm bending up the full note. And I just let it down a little bit. And then back up. It takes some strength, you have to have a good grip on it. It helps to have multiple fingers on the same string. So you just want to bring it down a little bit and bring it back up, and make sure you're accurate when you bring it back up. Don't go flying past it, or you start to wander around the pitch of the note and you're back to sounding amateur again. But having vibrato on your bends will definitely take you into that soulful next level. And finally, the biggest step is in making music and not just playing scales. Maybe at this point you've learned a pentatonic minor scale or a basic major scale. And again, I'm going to link you here if you need it. I do have a whole series on scales and modes if you want to get to know that. And I'm getting a little ahead of you here and you want to know scales. There's the link for you. What inevitably happens with students is they learn a scale, and I'm going to use the G major scale here, and everything just sounds kind of like they're connecting the dots and they're just playing through the scale. So they want to use all the notes and they're playing leads. They start low all the time. You know, and even if they got the vibrato down, they're using too much of this scale, and again, they're just like playing by the numbers or connecting the dots. It's not really musical yet. So when you first go about improvising, trying to write solos, the first thing you should think about is playing a theme. Always think about a theme first. Even if you're going to have to practice this a dozen times over a backing track or a song that you're going to write to, don't write the whole solo. Don't think of the whole solo. Think of the main theme first and then work around that. So take this and find something with just a few of the notes that has a theme to it. You know, something you could hum, you can sing, you can borrow it from the singer, learn what he's playing in the chorus, play it on the guitar, and then modify it a little bit. But now you have something that's musical. And then you can wander away. And come back to it. And then from there you can even build up into shredding parts, and we can talk about construction of a solo, but again, that's a whole separate lesson. Here I just want you to really think about and focus on writing themes. Make that something you do for months. Every time you improvise, every time you work on writing a part, write a theme, write a theme, write a theme. I can't say it enough. It will make your playing so much better. Now, if you're really having trouble coming up with a theme and you've been working on it and nothing's coming to you, I'm going to be Mr. Linkman here and give you one more link. I do have a series called Rut Busters, and one lesson in particular that has worked well for many of my students, and it's called the One Note Solo. I'll link that here. That'll help you with coming up with themes and getting your mind kind of to work that way if you're struggling with it. And so there you have it. Those are the 4 things that you can attack to take your playing from ultimate GarageBand type stuff and moving it in the direction of playing something that sounds professional and more enjoyable to the average listener and to yourself. If you have any questions or comments, anything you feel I left out here, or you'd like to see me cover more, or any of your own ideas that add to what I was saying, please share them below. I always get back to everyone as soon as I can. And until next time, guys, keep making great music. Hey friends, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. It makes the whole world better.